This video is sponsored by Wing Technology, your ultimate flight sim hardware solution.
Hello everyone, we hope you're all doing very well today. A Satal match. It is Grim Reapers competitive team versus it's TFT today, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
This is our standing before the match, and we haven't seen the match, obviously. So we are 8th at the moment with 12 points. The Tour are still at the top with 21 points. Where's TFT? Oh, they're the same score as us. Look at that, 12 points. I would have played less matches. Okay, fine. And we've got the group information there. So we're joint with TFT and Task Force France. How interesting. Okay, guys, let's go watch the match. So we've got the Grim Reapers today are in F-16s. And we've got Signore, Squiddle, La Crepe, and Penguin. Bear's not playing.
Somebody's got to be on the bench. Keep it warm.
Have we got any of those boys in chat? If yes, say hello.
Hello.
There's one. Hello. And wow, a long way away. Stand by.
Hello.
Hello, Squiddle. Well done. You pressed your button. 250 miles away. Fuel's going to be an issue today.
Wow.
Yep. We've got TFT. They've got Rage with the weirdest name I've ever seen. That's weird even for Rage. We've got Chewy. We've got Agent 7 Orange. And we've got Links of the Sky. Ah, they're all F-14s. How exciting. A whole team of F-14s again. That scares me a bit because the last time we got beaten by F-14s. But it's very brave. Regards weapons, could you just remind the viewers what weapons restrictions we're going to have today? Because it's not... You can't have anything.
We were the home team today. We chose weapon set B. Weapon set B means that we could use 120 AIM-120 Bravos, up to 6 of them per aircraft. And the Tomcats are restricted to using only 4 Phoenix Alpha 47, Mark 47.
Sweet. They're smoked as well, I think. Yeah, great. Okay. That really nerfs those 14s. And I guess we're kind of nerfed as well, though. Hang on, I've got Pickles going in the back. Really, Pickles? Right, guys, let's go and film a takeoff. Let's film the F-16s this time round. Looking very sexy. Squiddle, he's from America. Signore, he's from California. Oh, be quiet, Cap.
I played a joke on them originally by putting a Mexican flag for Squirtle and a Canadian flag for Signore.
He wouldn't like it. For the first time, they're not taking off in formation. This is amazing. They're usually in 4-ship, aren't they? I guess they're not that wide this runway.
Question.
Send.
Isn't the range on the Phoenixes, even though they are A models, very bigger than the A110s?
Did it in English, please?
I knew it. I said, isn't the range on the Phoenixes very much more than the A110s?
I've got a very quick question as well, if you don't mind.
Send.
Are we actually doing a fun day? Has this got anything to do with it?
Yeah, it's just after this.
Oh, you don't.
Theoretically, this would take over.
3 bags, 6 AMRAMs. Let's go and have a look at the... How comes we're going up in pairs now, Bear?
Because we have a Frenchman on the team that doesn't know how to take off straight.
I'll be that.
No, Cap, to be honest, people watch our videos and they love our formation takeoffs, and we love our formation takeoffs. However, people have come to expect us to do stuff, so we need to do the unexpected.
There it is. Oh, one man's not made it up. Agent 7 Orange has not made it up, guys.
Yeah, so Rage told me that Jester ejected him while on the runway.
I can believe that. I can believe that, actually.
Yep.
I can't, but nevertheless, apparently it happened twice, but because he was still on the ground, he is allowed to respawn and he is allowed to join at a later stage.
Oh, Joe.
The boys don't know that this is taking place.
I thought that a rule of Satal was that you couldn't have a jester, but I've got that completely wrong.
That you couldn't have a jester. In Diamond League, you may not have a jester. In Gold League, you may.
Roger, okay. Zoom.
They are beautiful planes, the F-16s.
Yes, sir. Let's have a look at the cruise altitude. 31,000 feet for us. Mil power, I'm guessing. 40,000 feet for the big birds. Okay. Let's close it up, boys. Both teams are doing something weird. The Reds are going north, and the Blues are going south. And the other guy still hasn't taken off yet, which is a bit odd.
Why do you think Reds would go north?
Mountains, guessing? Yes, mountains, right. So it's all about the terrain, isn't tactics. These guys want, level terrain to use their big long-range Phoenixes. F-16s want terrain so that we can get into close dogfights where our Hobbs and HMDs are going to be superior. Boom, look at me learning things, guys. And somewhere...
Well, besides the fact that we don't have Hobbs.
They didn't want to mask those goddamn Phoenixes.
Yeah,
Some
Roger, fair enough. Well, you're still going to want to get close because everyone knows...
Yes.
F-14s are terrible. Within kind of 5 to 20 miles, the F-14 is a whopping great black spot.
We really can't hit them at 20 miles, whereas they can hit us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're awake, we are not going to hit them with AMRAAM Bs.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to loiter in these mountains now, and someone's going to have to give up at some point. Okay, we've got Penguin and or Le Crêpe sneaking in. Let's get a quick snapshot of those little babies. There they are. Zim Zimmer, who's my Frenchman and my Englishman? Okay, 35 miles. The Tongats are still flanking. I'm not sure why they... Oh, okay, I think they're just burning time to try and bring the Reds in. And Tignori and Squiddler back there are going to be phasing in. Okay, the Reds refuse to fall for it. So now it's going to be, in a way... what's the word? When you get to a kind of an impasse.
A Mexican standoff?
No, not Mexican. It didn't look like a Mexican standoff, Boots.
Fuck, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
We don't
Attrition! Attrition. So war of attrition. You're going to wear each other's fuel down. And at some point, one of those groups is going to say, right, I'm just going to go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of fuel and lose anyway. So, and it looks like it's going to be the Blues.
Single engine versus twin engine.
That's fair enough. And they're big twin. It's not like they're little twin engines. They're big. And they're draggy airframes.
Same engine that we have.
20 miles. It's on, baby. Here go the first missiles. Zap, 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 zap. Rage. He wants to fight. Boom. Now, things have changed a little bit, guys, in the way that these missiles work. In that Rage has to keep... well, I'm not 100% sure of this, as I've forgotten my own research, but I think he has to keep a track on these guys. It might not be that easy. So we'll see how it goes. Now, what we've got from these guys is they've seen the launch. They didn't get a warning, probably, but they've seen it visually, and they've both dived down, and both done kind of split S's, and it's very unlikely that missile's even going to spot them. No, it hasn't spotted them. And that's good, realistic, normal, whatever.
Yeah, so they're firing in TWS most of the time, and so in the F-14, when you fire in TWS, if your target's not there by the time it wants to go active, the missile never goes active.
No, that's not going active. That's just going to sail over the top of you like a boom, wasted missile. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's harder in DCS to shoot people at long range. I've done some BVR recently, and the last time I did it was like 2 years ago, where you could just launch an AMRAAM, turn away, and it would just zip down on someone's head. It's different now.
Just remember that the Phoenix has never actually shot down another fighter in real life. It's not very good.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, okay. I'll leave that there. These two pair are going up. These two are the relief pair, obviously, overlapping. These guys refusing to come into the mountains, which is obviously the right thing to do for them. Zap, zap, another one. Oh, it's going to be hard. It's going to be relatively hard to shoot alert F-16s down over the mountains. I mean, this is where you want to be if you're going to get shot at with a Phoenix, over the mountains. You can quickly duck and dive. Again, the boys have seen the visual launch of the Phoenix. They haven't had any radar warning, and they've done their little trick, which is nice.
They also figured out at this stage that there's only 3 of them. Either the 4th one is still coming or has disappeared, disconnected.
Yes, he's airborne now. Right, that could still track Penguin potentially, or could be tracking Penguin. Usually see by the seeker head. No, that's a dead missile. That's a dead missile, boys. That's 2 down. 10 to go.
Update: Phoenixes have never shot down anything in combat. They have shot down mini drones in test.
Roger.
Now, Radiant shot one down.
I thought
Did he get like 2 kills with one Phoenix, right?
I should say in U.S. service.
But I
There
said,
you
I thought
go.
the Iranians shot people down.
Yeah, he got a double kill or triple kill with one
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Phoenix.
claim it. Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
Just by passing by them with my fat ass. So
I'm just going to stop there. That's a dead missile. It's not tracking. But by coincidence, it followed him all the way back. Look. I mean, if it could reacquire, that would reacquire him right now. And zap down on his head. That was quite interesting.
if this was F-14 at release, yes, this would be this would be problematic. You'd be getting a warning right now.
But
Luckily, they fixed that.
No more magic INS.
also,
Or
see,
magic reacquire.
also you can
active
see
missiles at all times.
it doesn't explode as well. If it's not tracking a target, it will no longer explode. So it hit the mountain, but the fuse wouldn't harm. For the reasons I've talked about. Okay, the Blues are doing exactly what they should, which is be patient and pounce out. If this was me, I would be charging to the mountains, fight, guns, hello. That's why I lose a lot.
Exactly.
But these guys are like, no, we don't want to die. We're going to head back out here. We're going to be patient, and it's not our problem. So it should be interesting.
That's why you don't fly the missions.
That's why I don't fly the missions. Reds are consolidating.
Sorry, too easy, Cap.
The Reds are going to be probing again. So it looks like these guys are going to be sniping, the Blues. Reds are going to be probing, really for the reason just to run their Phoenixes out. And eventually they're going to count the amount of Phoenixes, I imagine, and then just can't think of a word I'm allowed to say on the stream, but go and do something naughty to them. Now, the one thing that interests me is the way the Blues are flying. They're flying in a line abreast. For reasons I don't know, they've obviously planned this. It's almost like they want to go, boom, one fires a missile, boom, another guy fires a missile, boom, another guy fires. So you've got a whole array of missiles in the air. So I bet they've practiced this against other guys before. Here come the probing force. Now note how they're not flying as at the altitude that they would normally do against AMRAAM planes. Usually you see them bombing in at 40k if they can, but it's very dangerous to be up at 40k when a Phoenix comes your way. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but that's what I've learned the hard way.
No, that's definitely correct. Very dangerous because you can't maneuver, and so when you've been fired at, by a Phoenix especially, you really want to try to get into the notch quick. And if you can't maneuver and you're waiting for TWS warnings, and you don't see the missile launch, especially, you're gonna die.
Also, being at 20k or thereabouts gives you a chance to get down to the mountain cover, which is at 10k or whatever. I don't know. I measured it. Distance between them this is going to be a real tactical game, and when you've got on the old Gladiators, when you've got the guy with the kind of long pointy rod and the other guy's got the shield and the short sword, it's kind of like that. Very different mix here, but let's see. I personally don't think Squiddle or Signori are even going to try and firing AMRAAMs, because I don't think these guys with their pointy sticks are going to let them get close enough. Well, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close right here when it comes to Phoenixes, so me and Signori are probably sweating bullets
there we go.
At this point.
Yeah. It's worked. Missiles out. Zap. And these guys are in a bad position. Angel's 34 with a fast Bravo coming towards you is not where I'd want to be. You'll only be
That's
getting
the first missile shot from us.
Yep. So that's good. That's good missile control there. We've got a Phoenix out, but the boys have spotted it already. I think they've actually anticipated it and done their dodging. That might even be a kill. Like I said, he's so high against a high energy missile that might. Oh bugger! I can't find it. No. Yes, he's going after him. Look. Oh, Sabunio! Get some range. He was lucky. Like I said, he was really caught up there. That might be a tracker. No, it's dead. And this one is probably. Look at the nose
tracking.
of it. That's tracking. Now that's a problem for Squiddle, because these will just drop out of orbit on him. And it's because they drop down so high. Nice terrain block. You see him? It's just there. He just flew right by that mountain. So that was all about the terrain. Otherwise, to be honest, he wouldn't have dodged that. So that was it was nice. Look at this. Look at this controlled standoff.
Zoom out a little bit because Le Crepe is top left.
He's gone to find his buddy. No, he's not.
Yeah, so we've got a two-fronter going on right now. So it's getting interesting.
No one trains for this. This is.
Well, we saw this red contact coming in from there, generally where their runway is, and we're like, oh.
The interesting thing
there he is.
Interesting thing is how close the no man's land is. 15 miles the no man's land's got to, which is good for us because you're just about in AMRAAM range. So these guys are going to be low, threatening to go into the mountains. These are going to be high to dip missiles down, which is what they do, onto the F-16s. And these guys have got their kind of weird trail formation. Like I said, I've never seen it before, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. These guys are high, but they're further back. Over 30 miles.
Penguin and the Crep are out there to make sure we don't get flanked.
Right.
Essentially. So we adjusted and like, hey, we've got a bandit coming in. We can't just sit here, all of us trying to fight on one front, or else we're going to get flanked by an F-14. So we had to adjust.
Roger. Okay. Interesting.
But we were confident because we were kind of getting a feel for it at this point. We could kind of see what they were doing, staying over the flat land, not wanting to get in close. So we felt confident that we could hold the front with 2 planes as long as we maintained the control in the mountains.
Roger.
So we were able to kind of extend our flight.
So far, I'd say the word is disciplined so far. Formation, area, whatever you want to call it. Positional discipline has been perfect from both sides. These guys have done exactly what they need to do. These guys have done exactly what they need to do. And this is obviously going to be very, very different. We've got a guy flanking in, which could be a wild card and do well, or could just get shot down. I don't know. But we're about to see that's a missile out at 20 miles, which is a pretty lethal thing. But he's turned away, which is going to kill the missile. And it wouldn't have gone pitbull yet.
No.
So that's going to be a dead missile.
Yeah. It's not going to do anything.
Well, it looks like a bit like it's tracking to me.
For a second.
But Lecrep's not taking any chances, which I'd agree with.
Which he shouldn't, because, Lecrep may not be able to know at this point if the F-14 turned off.
No, all he can see is that massive white trail, which is a missile.
Exactly,
And he says,
and it's very scary.
I don't want to fight that thing. It's just so much better now these have been nerfed. I know people don't like that word, but...
Because they were just 40-mile AMRAAMs, before.
It was a bit frustrating. Okay, Penguin's coming in to deal with him. So these two are going to conveyor belt this guy. And these two are just going to do their discipline. And this could go on literally forever. It's going to be interesting. We've got a missile out from Penguin. He wants... I don't know, he wants something. He wants scalps. Geef, scalps, please. And we've got Phoenix, but he's already defensive, so I don't expect that Phoenix will do anything at all. The AMRAAM, however, unlike the Phoenix, will reacquire. It will go active and it will explode, even if our man...
It's worth noting about, especially in these sub 20-mile engagements, the Phoenix takes time to actually accelerate. It kind of burns for a while before it gets up to speed, and that gives you time to maneuver. And if you're in close proximity, it'll keep trying to pull high angles of attack, trying to lead you, which burns a lot of its energy.
It's a big heavy unit.
Yep.
Well, a couple of shots from Signor and Squiddle. I'm not expecting anything from it, 15 miles, but it's going to be posturing them away. I see what they're doing. They're doing this little round robin, so one's always facing forward. That looks how it's going to be going. In F-14s, I think that's... They just don't have the SA of the F-16s. And they do have SA, but... Okay, the AMRAAMs are dead, or just not, been run out. Okay, and Signori's seen a weak point because he's forced them away. Signori's seen the vectors on his SA and he's going in for a kill. That's 10 miles. And Blues have lost their shape. They've not got a man facing forwards. Zap, 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 zap. That's a kill shot. If they're high, which they are. Now, if I was Signor, I'd let that go pitbull and get the heck out of there. But he may go in and kill them all. I don't know. It's like a giant... Like these guys are giant dinosaurs. They've suddenly turned their flank and they suddenly become not dangerous at all. This guy's dead. There's nothing you can do to dodge a missile there. Zap! One. This guy's dead. There's nothing you can do to dodge a missile there. Zap! Oh. I personally would have thought that now that the F-14's been changed, that they would have changed to a normal plane, but I guess they've been a bit stubborn. Squiddle. Blues are in terrible shape. Now this guy's going to be flanked by this guy. This guy's on the run from Squiddle. Squiddle can just put his burner on now and just chase him down and kill him.
What do you mean F-14s are normal planes? What do you mean?
So a traditional plane for Satal would be an F-16 or a Hornet or an F-15. An F-14 I always found a non-traditional plane for Satal. I found them very rare. I found them very rare that people use them, I think.
Yeah, the 18s and 16s are kind of like those frontline fighters. Where, I mean, not to say the F-14 isn't, but its weapons are a little different. So...
This guy's dead. He's got nothing he can do about that. This guy's going to get chased down and hounded. Lovely. Squiddle might get this active thing, but he can afford to die. No, it didn't go active. That's unusual. Or it went for the wrong guy.
It wasn't. It was to me.
It didn't fire.
It looked like he just kind of tried to get something off the rail.
Probably, just maybe, yeah. Agent's dead as well. We've got an 800 not F16. That's a solid thrashing, guys, is what that is. And Blues really did well, but their tactic of 3 in a line just didn't. The traditional thing, the traditional idea is to have an overlap. 2 here, 2 there, and you overlap each other, so you cover each other. They are in this kind of round robin type thing, I don't know, really, and it just didn't work, because if you turn them all cold at the same time, like you did, spot the opening, and then you get the fox within the hens. Whereas you can't get a fox within the hens if you do the traditional 2 overlap with 20-mile spread. So I don't really see what they were trying to do, but they've done it. Anyway, that's pretty flawless. I'm guessing you make it back to base. We'd have to go and watch that.
Hey, recently there's been a timer introduced from the start of the mission. You have up to 20 minutes to be ready and take off. When you're ready, you can mark that you're ready, and if the other team mark that they're ready, 10-second timer, and there's a go.
One jump.
That might also put a little bit of pressure on.
You like a bit of pressure? Don't get me wrong, if they could take all 6 Phoenixes and they'd be the Mark 60, these things would be friggin' lethal, but they really are nerfed with the Mark 47s and only 4.
In Weapon A, they can take 4 of any.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So why haven't they got the good ones, the Mark 60s?
Because we chose Weapon B.
We chose Weapon B.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's a them problem, I'm afraid. There's a big difference.
Don't forget the Mark 60A still has the same seeker as the Mark 47A, so they still would run into the same problems that they're hitting now. Because it's not like they're running out of juice shooting at us. They're not tracking.
Fair play. Oh! Formation. Some sexy birds, boys.
Very nice.
It's good. Very symmetrical.
It's a shame this is barely better than World War II technology.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't
What
like
is
it.
Gen 3.5, something like that?
Yeah, it's 70s airframe, early 70s. Technically, I guess late 60s in a way. Okay, now interestingly, they're taking us into the mountains, which I wouldn't advise, but okay. Let's do it.
This was surprising. I had a bet with LeCrap. He's like, I think they're going to take us into the mountains. And I was like, no, they wouldn't do that. Of course, I was wrong.
That is not where you want F-14s to be, in the mountains. They do not operate in the mountains.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I was wrong.
Okay, we're going to have some shots coming out very shortly. 35 miles. We're getting in range of kill range, let's say, of the Phoenix. We're all Angels 30. My guys are much lower than they usually are. So I know it's something to do with the threat they're facing. These guys are up at Angels 40, where they love to be, putting big snipes on. And they're going to try and get as close to the 16s as they can, because they're going to give the F-16s less and less time to react. They're also doing some sort of flanking maneuver. Maybe they're putting a crank on, an anti-AMRAAM crank. I don't know what they're doing. Must be a wildcard attempt at something. So already what I would consider a little bit close for F-14s. The boys are preempting missiles, I guess. And they're also doing a flanking move. This is weird. Fighting F-14s is weird. Everyone does weird things. So everyone's just defensively cranking for some reason. Okay, fine. I think Squirrel spotted that these guys have shown their flank, and we can sneak in there, which he is, because he can see where they're going on data link. He can see where they're pointing. He knows how slow it takes.
Oh, it's not data link. We're looking at them with our eyeballs. They're
Okay.
in cons, and they're less than 20 miles away. We can see them.
Right, so you can see. Now, it takes a long time for an F-14 to turn in, acquire, and shoot, so I don't think they're even going to get a shot off with these AMRAAMs hit them. No, they have. Bang! He's banged one out. That's really brave for F-14s to do that. Okay, that's a Mark 47 out. Now, the main problem is that's a big smoky missile that the Blues can easily see and dodge. These are smokeless, these AMRAAMs, and they could be anywhere. But these are powerful. Look how fast. It's got to 2,000 knots. The boys dodged it. Okay, this is a very non-F-14 standoff, but let's try it. Oh, 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 oh! Oh! Zap, zap! I'm not even sure it was shot at that guy, but you know what?
It was.
Works.
Yeah, it was.
Gutted. Okay, we've got another one, but Penguin's cold. That's not going to be much of a threat. And he's low. Cold and low. Phoenixes do not like that. Okay.
I think a terrain master's one at the end here.
No.
I think.
Zoom! Yes, you did. Well done, boys. Because terrain masking, you've got to be really, really low. You know, so that's nice. Right. That's pretty much a blue victory because all of the reds are cold. All we've got to do is put our burners on. We accelerate faster than these big old things. Just chase them down.
Yeah, you can see we're just coming in like a wall.
It takes
a
while.
You can see that they're cold.
Roger.
And now we're just trying to mop it up.
10 miles, so they're way within their comfort range here.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be just shooting at the first thing they see and turning around. That... Yeah, it's going to be a merge. And you do not want to merge with a pair of F-16s. That's the thing. You see how long it took Rage to get a lock, to find someone with that old Jester system and all that. It's just not suited to this, not designed for this in any way. And just wasted. Wow. Oh, a bit of friendly fire from Penguin, isn't that?
It was going after Rage, that was as well.
Yeah, we'll let you off. I mean, it shows it's cool having these 14s, but it also shows the dangers as well. How they can be just kind of walked over if they get taken out of their comfort zone. I think it's the quickest Satal I've ever seen. Go on. I actually want them to kill one of us now. Zap. Okay, guys. That's it. It was really simple and easy. I mean, I'd say that now, with the F-14 being more realistic in how the missile works, which took a year and a half or 2 years or whatever it took, I'd say that's probably put the F-14 out of use for Satal. Would you agree with that? I don't really see any use of it anymore.
No. In mountain maps, it's a little less effective, but over flat maps, especially if you TWS, especially with the smokeless version of the missile, there's still a lot of ground for it to be useful, and there are a lot of teams still using it in some way. But definitely a whole team of F-14s is probably a little weak. Like the F-14 is a force multiplier, you see what I'm saying? But it's not a force, I think. It can't be, right? I mean, I'm not trying to make full-blown statements here. I'm just saying you want the F-14 to kind of subsidize your force, the threat of long-range capability, right? But it doesn't really have that short to medium range ability that the F-16s have, and it doesn't have the acceleration either of the like an F-16.
Slow.
Yeah, but attack and defense is set in stages, isn't it? You're going to have your long-range reach, you're going to have your medium reach, and then you're going to have your short-range reach.
Right, and the AMRAAMs and the F-16s, though, the AMRAAMs are good up to half a mile, and that's also they can shoot off bore, slightly off bore at that range, not completely.
So you don't need
Phoenixes have AIM 7s, which are just not very good, and they have Phoenixes, which are awful inside of like 4 miles. So, and then all they have are sidewinders. So,
sent you the log, Cap.
So we did really well to begin with, and then the wind went out of our sails. Zap, 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 zap. So we've done 7 matches and we're at 15 points. Yay! Which could mean by these guys' standards, we could be up to 18 points, which was in a possible 4th or 5th, which would, I think that's great, isn't it?
We would need in another best case scenario match, which ironically is against this team again in 2 weeks. 8 kills, no deaths will put us in 5th position. It's the best we can do.
Roger. Okay, guys. Well done. There's not a great deal to say there. It was a bit of a one-sided match all the way around there. Anything you want to add before we bugger off and do something else?
Very proud of the boys. They did exactly what they were asked to do, and they brought back the victory. So, great.
Well done. Yeah, my key pointers for you guys were the excellent discipline. No one broke the discipline at all, which is so easy to do for Signori to get excited. You know what it's like. He's a bit of a little boy. He didn't do any of that. And then spotting the when the time to go was, when all those F-14s were turning, were flanking. Now's the time, which was perfectly judged.
First round, Signore, TWS, 2 kills, Squirtle, 1 kill, Penguin, 1 kill. Second round, Signore, 2 kills, Squirtle, 1 kill, Penguin, 1 kill, exactly the same.
Beautiful. Well done, guys. All right, we're going to head off. Thank you for that, and we'll see you in a few weeks for your next match.
Thanks, Cap.
Good match, guys.